You never guess what's just arrived.
What?
I've got a present for the Money Unshackled boys. Do you want to see it?
Oh, show me. I need to see this. Wait, I need to see this bit. I'm not going to be happy with that, mate.
Money Unshackled are one of the OGs when it comes to the finance YouTube space in the UK, only really to be superseded by Pension Craft and MamaFurFur in my eyes. If you've never come across Money Unshackled before, then it's a YouTube channel hosted by two chaps, Andy and Ben, who post twice a week videos around various topics on finance and investing. On top of this, they have their very own website with several blogs and affiliate links, which is a bit like a second tier version of Money Saving Expert. So the question is, why am I making a video about them? Well, for context, I share a lot of my audience with Money Unshackled, which you can see clearly from my YouTube analytics. This makes me feel a little bit more responsible than normal to call out bullshit when I see it. So let me not mince my words on this. I believe some of the messaging from Money Unshackled is extremely toxic in nature, which is counterproductive, unhelpful, and even harmful to the very audience we're trying to serve. And it all comes down to just two simple words: wage slave.
Wage slave.
Wage slave.
They're both so hell-bent on the term, they're even selling mugs with wage slave written on the side. Oh, and for research purposes, I've actually gone and bought one myself. Took just over a week to get here. Cost £8, but then £4 shipping on top, so it cost me £12. And my review is distasteful. So what on earth do they mean by wage slave? Well, I don't want to put words in their mouth, so let me hand it over to the two guys for them to explain what they mean by the term wage slave. Let's check it out. No, I'm just kidding. Here's the explanation.
We are disgusted when we see people making themselves sick, trying for years to impress a boss into giving them another drop of dignity. A grand or so of pay closer to what would actually be a respectable income for their time. Why do people jump through hoops to get a couple of grand pay rise a year?
We understand theoretically why people do this. They know no better, as they've been taught from school that to increase your income you need, 1, to put in the years of hard work, 2, to get eventual approval from the chief wage slave, i.e. senior management who holds all the power, and 3, you need to be seen to be going above and beyond what you are paid to do. But we don't understand why people continue to do this into their 30s and 40s after years of their first-hand experience tells them that it's not working for them.
We believe that for most people, being an employee is a financial cul-de-sac.
Right, there's already too much to unpack there already. I'm not sure how you feel after watching that, but personally, as somebody who has, well, a job, a salary, and a boss, I feel a little put out and maybe even demonised for what I do. Am I a wage slave? Is everybody who has a job a wage slave? And if so, that's a lot of people. Statistics show that around 9 in 10 people in the UK, so the vast majority of the population, will be paid via a salary and will have a boss. Are we all desperate and forced into this modern day slavery, scrapping for another drop of dignity? Are we lesser people for working hard in the hopes of securing an additional few £1,000s in income? It's arrogant and beyond patronising. But believe it or not, there's even more.
Could our international viewers please tell us if this problem occurs in your country as well? In the UK, the more you are seen to be an all-hours desk slave, the more highly you are viewed by your colleagues and boss. Being an employed workaholic isn't just unnecessary, it's stupid. At Money Unshackled, the less time we spend on a project, the better. If we're working a 40-hour week, something's gone wrong.
In the workplace, workaholics destroy the morale of everyone else by making them feel inadequate for working merely the hours they're being paid for. And it leads to unmotivated zombies at workstations. This is what UK workplaces have evolved into, an unproductive zombie factory. Get out while you can.
Jesus, it doesn't get much better. Where do I start? Well, it's worth calling out that based on 2017 data, the UK was rated 51st out of 66 when it comes to the average hours worked across a year. So if we have a problem in the UK with excessive work hours, then it's a global pandemic. But going even further to belittle people for working hard for me is just beyond flawed. These workaholics, who they seem to class as anybody who works more than 40 hours in a week, are the people who are completing the legal contracts on their buy-to-let properties, the people that are working hard at Alphabet to keep YouTube running, and potentially the doctors and nurses who worked really hard throughout the pandemic to look after their loved ones. Do they really think these people are all stupid? They, among the rest of us, feel the benefit of these workaholics. It's such a bizarre argument that they're putting forward when they themselves benefit from these people that they're criticising. The only way I can truly rationalise this is that they've had a really bad experience in the past while earning salaries themselves. The best theory I have is that both Andy and Ben were one of the zombies looking on to workaholics and feeling inadequate. Maybe, just maybe, they've had a really bad experience with traditional employment and now they're projecting this onto everybody else. Don't get me wrong, I'm not deluded enough to think that people should be waking up every Monday morning buzzing for the week ahead. But begrudging your existence because you have a boss which is directing you shouldn't make you feel like you're a modern day slave. To try and be fair to Andy and Ben, I will give them some props and concede that they have made more recent videos trying to be more balanced on this topic. But for me, they still harbour very toxic views of the traditional workplace, including putting negative connotations on necessary components of modern day businesses like hierarchical structures and rules. It should go without saying, but as society has progressed, we have learned that humans work better and are more collectively effective in groups or organisations, meaning less work for increased output. Again, I don't know how they realistically expect an organisation to function without any form of hierarchical structure or rules in place. The clue is in the name. It's an organisation. So without trying to sound like a complete snowflake, the bit which really grinds my gears the most is the damage done to people's self-esteem. Isn't life hard enough for our audiences already? Family, kids, and dare I say it, a job, and all other factors we're trying to balance in our lives. And then in our precious free time, we're looking for insight on investing and finance. And we've met with being belittled by the fact that we're taking a salary. Are you having a laugh? Their messaging is nothing short of being distasteful. And I would really encourage them both to focus more on demonstrating how somebody could improve their financial situation without belittling what they already have. So, to Andy and Ben, I appreciate this is a negative reaction to your really negative view of the world, and I wanted to change that momentum. So to inject some positivity into this video, I wanted to counter your mantra of wage slaves. I was thinking something slightly more optimistic for the 90% people out there, me included, that take a salary. And this is what I thought of.
Introducing Wage Babe. Wage Babes are a group of brilliant people just like you who have turned their back on the world of entrepreneurial slavery. They have made the wise choice of selling their time of 9 to 5 for a predetermined salary. Ka-ching! But that's not all. Wage Babes also get access to perks like matched pension contributions, a dedicated line manager to support you with your daily tasks, and social opportunities with like-minded babes. And if that's not enough, then this will seal the deal. You get paid no matter what. Not feeling well enough to work? You get paid. Every Saturday and Sunday off? You get paid. Want to go for an extra long dump? You get paid. So what are you waiting for? Become a Wage Babe today. Wage Babe. Get paid.
And there's a bit of fun. I've actually had 5 of these mugs made up. 2 of them can go to Andy and Ben, so drop me a DM on Instagram and I'll send them over to you. And then the other 3 I'll probably give to the most liked comments in the section below on why it's so good to be a wage babe. I'll announce the winners on Instagram next week. For me, if someone is feeling beaten up in their workplace because they've either overworked, underappreciated or underpaid, then I would say this. View yourself as a business. You are a business serving a purpose to your customer. The customer being the organisation that you work for. And luckily for you, there are hundreds of thousands of customers out there that want what your business has to offer. All of them offering different packages which you can accept or decline. And no, senior management do not hold all the power, and far from it, as they're only one half of the agreement. The deal is between you and the business you work for. If you don't like your side of the deal, then walk away at any time you want and venture to find a new deal. Maybe it's flexible working, better pay, or better benefits. That's completely down to you. And there's actually never been a better time to look for a better deal than right now. Why are my task? Well, I explain this and more in this video on how you can take advantage of the crazy labour markets that we're seeing. It might be just the best investment you'll make this year. That's all for this video. See you in the next one.